Good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Jeremy Baker here on this Monday morning. Happy Rosh Hashanah to you if you're celebrating that today. And it's a beautiful day for most of us today. Started out with some rain in the hill country. Now everyone's clearing out and we'll see lots of sunshine. Good morning to you also, Matt Jones. Nice to hear from you. Anyone say hello, ask any questions you like, and I'll be sure to answer it now that I can see it here. All right, cool. Let's get to the weather. First, we'll talk about Jupiter. Why Jupiter? It's the closest it's been to Earth in the last 59 years. And the cool thing is it's going to be visible today. And so you'll look to the western sky. Its appearance will be bright. You should even, well, it depends on the kind of telescope you have. But if you have a good one, you could see the great red spot. It's a big storm. It's pretty cool. So if you can see Jupiter, if you've got that telescope, try to look to the western sky. If you don't have a telescope, you'll see a big dot that'll be really bright. So it's really neat stuff. And the moon will be 0 to 2% full, so that'll actually help you see Jupiter. All right, when I was a kid, I had a telescope. I sold it, or I don't know what happened. No, maybe I broke it. One of the two, I forget which one. All right, here's the allergy report. Today, mold, it's on the heavy side. To count 3620, pigweed light at 10, and ragweed light at 10. So we've got those three we're watching. Mold, the biggest problem, of course, as usual. And the aquifer dropped half of a foot to 632.5 in the last 24 hours. And you can see the radar over top of the aquifer area there. Most of it on the drainage area, but some in the recharge zone, which is pretty cool. So we've got the rain for the aquifer, but no rain in the forecast once we get beyond today, and you'll see that. But where there is plenty of rain in the forecast is down in Florida. And I know a lot of people have relatives in Florida, so this is important. This is Hurricane Ian. Became a hurricane earlier this morning, right around 4 o'clock this morning, and now it's a Category 1 storm, 75-mile-per-hour winds, moving to the northwest at 14, and it's moving through the western Caribbean, and there's low wind shear there, which helps hurricanes get stronger. They can organize better. It's already looking much more organized this morning, and the track takes it over Cuba, likely as a Category 3, and we already have hurricane warnings up for parts of western Cuba. Beyond that, the National Hurricane Center forecasts it to be a Category 4, which is further on the major scale of the hurricane, the Saffir-Simpson scale rather. And then, depending on where it makes landfall in western Florida, that will determine how strong it is. And good morning, Mickey. Let's see, will Ian cause problems in Miami? Miami will probably see some rainfall out of that, some wind, but it'll be a fairly small storm, so I'm not thinking all that much for Miami, but definitely going to have some, unsettled weather there. It's really the West Coast, say from, really Tampa all the way up to Jacksonville that'll see a lot of the problems. I know Jacksonville's on the East Coast, but it's going to be on the eastern side of the storm. So on the eastern side of the storm, that's where the majority of the problems are. So the reason why it could be stronger if it hits south instead of north has to do with the temperature of the water. That's a big part of it. You saw that bright pink down there in the Caribbean. That's why it's expected to intensify rapidly today. Hurricanes love warm water. They love that warm water. If that warm water goes very deep underneath the surface, that's the case there. And you can see, if you look at the west coast of Florida, in the southern part, you see some, barely some red, a lot of orange between the southern tip around, say, Key West and Tampa. So if it makes landfall there, more warm water, might not weaken, could possibly even strengthen. That was, just like with Hurricane Charlie did. I forget what year that was, about 15 years ago. And then further to the north, say between Panama City and Tampa, you've got a lot of yellow and green, so it's cooler water. So if it makes landfall there, it could easily weaken before making landfall or just hold its intensity. So what you'd want is for a northwestern Florida coastline landfall. Of course, they don't want that there, but that's the best case scenario. That's how it looks at this point. So still a few days to watch it, but that'll make a lot of difference. All right, back here at home, we have 80 in San Antonio, 73 in Boerne, Rock Springs at 66, 73 in Fredericksburg, and Del Rio at 68 degrees. And where it's cooler, that's where we've had the rainfall. And most of us are dry this morning, a lot of sunshine too. A pretty nice morning out there, but off to the west around the hill country, it was a rough go of it for a while. Had some storms, lightning, wind, nothing severe, but all that's moving out into the Rio Grande now, and it's weakening. Just some light to moderate showers left over for the Del Rio area and southern Valverde County. Of course, we could all use the rainfall, the drought. Not looking all that great once again, or if you're the drought, it's good. You could see parts of the cloud cover there for San Antonio. It's kind of clipping us, but all that's heading out as high pressure moves in behind the cold front that's going to move through, bring us less humidity this afternoon and a lot of sunshine. So here's the hour by hour forecast. You can see it says cooler temps ahead. Not all that much cooler, but about 5 degrees. We'll take the difference. Here's today at 5:30. Not forecasting any rainfall, but you can see temperatures, highs in the upper 80s for the hill country, low 90s for everyone else. Along with that, we'll see plenty of sunshine today. I would say today is a great day to wash that car. And now that I said it, watch it rain tomorrow. Nope, it shouldn't rain tomorrow. And then we head into tonight and tomorrow morning, stop the clock at 7:55. Temperatures mainly in the 60s tonight, so a great night to crack open that window, save some money on that air conditioner. David has a joke. What is worse than finding a worm in your apple? Finding half of a worm. Half of a worm. Do you get that, Greg? Greg's in a meeting. Finding. Do you get it? What's worse? What's worse than finding a worm in an apple? Finding half a worm? I don't know. I'm thinking because the worm's split in half and there's worm gooey stuff. I'm confused, David. Can you explain that? It's Monday. I'm a little tired today. So a little help would be good. I'm sure it's obvious and we're just not getting it. All right, back to the weather. I know that. Tuesday, 5:35 p.m. We're looking at cooler temperatures for highs, and mainly the upper 80s and to around 90 degrees for highs tomorrow, which is pretty good. It's not too far off the mark for where we should be this time of year. And here is the forecast for today. So the storms in the north and west pretty much moved out already. And by noon, I'll say 85 degrees, mostly sunny in San Antonio. And the high today, 93. So not too hot, above average, but still not as bad as what we've seen lately. And the forecast for tonight, mostly clear skies. It'll be a cooler night with 64 degrees the overnight low, mostly clear. And it'll be breezy also. Northeast winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour and sunrise at 7:24 a.m. Oh, wait, okay, he's explaining, someone explained the joke. Okay, it's because you ate the other half, Kristen. Oh. But what if, I was thinking there's already just half a worm in the whole apple. Yeah. Okay, I get it. So you bite it and you bite into the worm. Okay, that's gross. All right. All right, I get the joke now. Thank you for the explanation. Okay, let me explain the 7-day forecast. 93 today, 90 tomorrow, and less humid. East-northeast winds at 10 to 20, so a little breezy tomorrow. Same story on Wednesday with the wind. 89 for a high, also 89 Thursday. Sunshine all 3 days, still sunshine Friday at a high of 90. And 91 Saturday, 92 Sunday, so the weekend's looking good. And the overnight lows dip down to the low to mid-60s. So finally starting to feel like fall, still a little bit above average, but not by all that much. So that's good. No crazy extreme heat. So there's your forecast. I will have more today on Kent's 5 News at noon. I believe Audrey Castoreno will have your news. And hope to see you then. And I believe Bill Taylor is in tonight. He'll have your updated weather forecast. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great start to your work week. And, oh, yeah, and happy Rosh Hashanah again.